Welcome to my first vegetable garden. Today I'm going to talk to you about what you need in a way of supplies to start seeds indoors to grow your own transplant. In my last video I talked about vermiculite, perlite, peat moss, the main ingredients that really make up this starting mix. But if this is the first time that you're starting your seeds indoors, I really recommend going with a seed starting mix. And this is the potting mix, sometimes it's called, but you want to take a look at the bag and make sure it says seed starting or potting mix. And this is basically peat moss and perlite, or a combination of peat moss, vermiculite, and perlite, but it's a seed starting mix. It's sterile, it's what you want to use when you are germinating seeds indoors. The main supplies are really seed starting trays, and what they are is it's a flat, it comes just like this. You can actually fill this up with water. One of the things I'll talk about in other videos is how do you water and feed your plants, but you water from the bottom always. That helps cut back on disease. When you buy this, it's going to come with 72 individual cells, either in groups of 9 or groups of 2, but it'll be enough cells to cover this, and it's going to be 72 of these single planting cells. So you really have to keep in mind that if you plant a whole flat like this, you're going to end up with at least 72 plants. And once they germinate, yeah, they look cute and tiny, and you're like, wow, things are going really well, which I hope. But then they're also going to grow to be 2, 3, 4 inches and have to be transplanted into cups or into recycled containers like this. So you want to make sure you have enough room indoors to deal with your cells when they grow. But let's just say you want to start tomatoes, and if you have a small garden and you just get it started, you're only going to want maybe 9 tomatoes, maybe 6. And same thing as you buy this flat with the cells, and that'll cost you about $6. Incidentally, this does come with a dome. Don't use the dome. It just creates humidity inside of this, and it really causes a problem with diseases. You don't need a dome. So if you were going to prepare your seeds, or you prepare your cells, you want to use a starting mix, and I showed you in the other video. Make sure it's pre-moistened. You never want to start with dry starting mix. It's just not going to work as well. It's going to cause a lot of problems. In fact, if you put dry starting mix in there, something like this, the seeds are actually going to fall down to the bottom before this absorbs the water, and you're just not going to have a good experience. So pre-moisten the mix, and to set it up, just fill the cells. Now the trick to this is you absolutely need to thumb pack these cells, which really means make sure you pack in the starting mix. You don't want this to be so loose that the seeds fall to the bottom of the seed starting cell here. So pack it in. Make sure you have a nice solid base. Because you're using peat moss and the product has the perlite and the vermiculite in there, you're not going to overpack this. It's going to be nice and aerated and ready for your seeds. And this is all you do. You have it nicely packed. You just press in little dents to about 1/4 of an inch. Drop your seed in there, and then you would, finally cover it. And this is, how you start these cells for germinating seeds indoors. Now, you don't have to buy this whole setup. Again, if this is your first time, I really just want you to be successful. You can use styrofoam cups, 2 of them, and you can get these foil baking trays at your grocery store, and they come in different sizes. But if you just want to grow, 2 tomato plants, you can just set this up. You're going to just put this on a windowsill. If you get ambitious, you can set up a grow light closet, but it's the same thing. First, make sure you have holes in the bottom. This is your drainage. It's all right if it breaks. That's all you need. Those are your drainage holes. You don't want cups to fill up with water and have your seeds sit in them. When they germinate, they'll look fine, but as they grow with the sitting water, your roots are going to rot out. But the same thing, fill it up, pack it down, and this is the perfect medium for starting seeds indoors. You would put in 1, 2 little dents. You could put in 1 tomato seed, you could put in pepper seed, you could do basil, oregano, all kinds of different things. And once you drop your seeds in, you just cover them up. You'd fill up the other one, and you have your setup to germinate your own seeds and grow your transplants. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my blog at www.therusticgarden.blogspot.com. and also check out my other YouTube videos. And I will continue this series and I'll show you how to actually plant herbs, tomatoes, peppers, and different vegetables in these seed trays. Show you how to bottom water, how to feed them, how to care for them, how to transplant them, and the whole thing. For the 2014 season, I'm just going to show you, the logical progression of how I start my garden indoors. Thank you.